Welcome, everyone, to today's Explainer. If you're the kind of person who loves cutting right to the chase, well, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're doing a highly focused dive into Session 1's insights on recruitment metrics. We're going to unpack exactly how AI is, quite literally, rewiring the fundamental mechanics of how we hire. So, think about this for a second. What happens when AI takes over the stopwatch in the hiring process? For decades, human resources ran on human time. It was this ticking clock of scheduling interviews, endlessly sorting resumes, doing manual evaluations. But the moment artificial intelligence grabs that stopwatch, wow, the entire physics of the hiring universe just completely changes. Okay, let's dive into this. The foundation of our entire microanalysis today actually comes down to just 11 incredibly impactful words from Session 1. Quote, time to hire reduced, AI tracks efficiency, recruitment becomes measurable. We're tuning out all the outside noise today. Instead, we're going to look exclusively at the anatomy of this exact quote. We'll pull it apart, piece by piece, to really understand the massive paradigm shift hiding inside these three little fragments.
Section 1. The Recruitment Metrics Revolution.
Before we get into the specific outcomes, we really need to understand the fundamental shift happening in HR right now. Recruitment metrics, that's the overarching umbrella for our source material today. This is where recruitment suddenly becomes measurable and efficiency is constantly tracked. It's not just about hiring people anymore, it's about taking a process that used to be, let's be honest, mostly subjective guesswork and transforming it into a highly precise, data-driven science. Everything we're going to talk about regarding AI and saving time, it all lives inside this new scientific framework. Without metrics, well, we just have intuition. But with metrics, we have hard facts. Section 2. AI tracking hiring efficiency. All right, so we've got a handle on the umbrella of metrics. Let's examine the actual engine driving this modern revolution. Just picture the old way of hiring for a minute. You probably have an image of a hiring manager just buried under an agonizing, messy mountain of paper resumes, frantically spilling coffee while trying to remember, wait, who did I even interview on Tuesday? It was hysterically unmeasured and, frankly, chaotic. Now, compare that to the new reality. AI actively tracking efficiency. There's no more guessing, it's just a continuous, unblinking system optimizing the entire flow of talent. Now, what's really interesting about this is how our source text positions AI. It says AI tracks efficiency. Notice it doesn't say AI makes the final hire, and it definitely doesn't say AI writes the job description. It says it tracks efficiency. So artificial intelligence is acting as the catalyst here. It's the ultimate observer. By simply monitoring the process, figuring out exactly where the bottlenecks are, and analyzing the flow of candidates, AI basically acts as a giant digital magnifying glass over the entire operation. Let's move to Section 3, reducing time to hire. Okay, we've seen the engine. Now let's see how this builds into a direct, tangible effect on the clock. Here's the precise cause and effect chain presented in our excerpt. It's a really brilliant two-step reaction. Step 1, the implementation. AI tracks the efficiency of the hiring pipeline. And because that tracking immediately exposes all those little delays, redundancies, and slow human response times, it triggers Step 2. Time to hire is reduced. The tracking itself is what directly compresses the hiring phases. You simply cannot have that reduction in time without the initial AI tracking mechanism in place. Time to hire reduced. I really want you to think about what a massive operational relief that is. In the business world, a long time to hire means lost productivity. It means burnt-out teams trying to cover empty roles, and it means your top candidates are out there accepting competing offers. By compressing these phases, guys, this isn't just an HR victory. This is a massive operational triumph that literally ripples through the entire organization.
Section 4. Making recruitment highly measurable.
So the crucial point is zooming out to look at the ultimate consequence of this whole technological shift. It all comes down to this final fragment. Recruitment becomes measurable. I cannot emphasize the gravity of the word measurable enough. Before this shift, sure, you could measure the outcome, right? Like, did we hire someone or not? But you couldn't easily measure the actual process. Now, every single click, every candidate drop-off rate, every interview duration, it's all quantified. The abstract art of finding a good employee has officially been turned into a concrete, measurable equation. And this brilliantly illustrates a complete anatomical transformation of the hiring process. We're looking at the full triad here. Time to hire is actively reduced, efficiency is continuously tracked by AI,
And because of those two realities, the entire recruitment landscape becomes fundamentally measurable. Our source text gives us this perfect closed-loop system of modernization.
So think about this for a second. How does complete measurability fundamentally change the HR game? I mean, if you're moving from a qualitative, feeling-based hiring style to a quantitative, data-backed approach, well, the very skills required to even be an HR professional change. You transition from being purely a people person to basically being a data analyst. It completely rewrites the job description of the people who are actually doing the hiring. Which brings us to our final thought today. Based purely on this profound shift we've explored from session 1, I'm going to leave you with this question. If AI measures absolutely everything and continuously tracks efficiency to shrink the timeline, what happens to the human in human resources? As recruitment becomes this perfectly measurable science, where exactly does human intuition fit in? It's a pretty fascinating tension to consider as we watch this industry evolve. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep asking great questions, and I'll see you next time.